Tell me we're recording.
I'm recording right now.
This man thought that a macchiato was mac and cheese, and I almost died.
All right.
My soul almost
fair,
left this realm.
To be fair, if I had never heard of a macchiato before and someone walked up to me and was like, hey, do you want a macchiato? I would 100% think it was that type of mac and cheese.
He's on my side. Fuck yeah.
No.
However, that's coffee, Skoy.
Fuck.
However, you're still a dummy.
Thanks. Oh my gosh. Welcome everyone to GamerBreakfast, where we talk about fucking video games and we have guests every episode. My name is SkojSkull, one of the hosts of the podcast. I have with me Jal, the other host, Jalbagel, and we have our special guest today, ForestRaider.
Hello. Hello,
My
hello.
goodness. We have no structure in this podcast right now.
Absolutely not.
Perfect.
So, Forrest, for some people out there, definitely not me, who's only watched your stream maybe like 2 or 3 times. But for everyone else out there who may not know you, can you give us a little like, you know, brief? Who is ForestRaider?
Oh no.
Well, you were not. Hold on. Well, ready
who
for this?
am I?
No, it's just
Wait, I preface this that you would have to talk about yourself on the podcast a little bit.
Well, I mean, I figured, but then my brain immediately jumped to like, I'm a streamer who calls everybody bottoms. So, that's me.
Perfect.
And she gets disappointed whenever she has to call someone a top because she has like a 5K redemption thing for like calling someone a top.
Well, yeah, and then I gotta make a point and say like, oh, I gotta lie to you. Dang.
Oh, dang.
Hate it. Okay, you're really twisting my arm here, but all right. But yeah, no, I stream a lot of Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy occasionally, and
Hell yeah.
I'll mix it up with, you know, a random game here and there if I'm feeling it.
Which Monster Hunter are you playing right now?
GU, Generations
Poggies.
Ultimate. But
Hell
yeah, I've been kind of thinking of trying other Monster Hunters recently, so maybe going back to World, we'll see. Who knows?
For you.
For you. I
For
do have
you.
it on the 3DS, but
We can help you set it up on the PC. The totally legal version on PC.
yes, legal. Everything's legal here.
Everything's legal. Never.
One of my absolute favorite things to do when I'm using an emulator is someone goes like, are you playing on hardware? I had nothing near me. I was trying to find like a cartridge. It's like, are you playing on hardware? I'm like, yeah, I own the game, and I hold up the cartridge while I'm still playing it.
You're just like, I'm playing it.
Yeah, I'm playing it. It's
right
fine.
here. Let me just play it real
How
quick.
dare you?
Oh, my 3DS. Oh, Skoy, we have matching 3DSs. Oh my god.
Do you have a 3DS XL that's blue?
Oh,
he
there he
disappeared.
goes. Oh, here he
Yeah.
comes.
Yeah, I got a blue one. This is my carded one.
That's my
look at
favorite.
us.
I love it.
And then I also have this one.
Ew.
Ooh.
It's,
Wait, what is that? Oh, that's not ill. That's
it's,
actually really cool.
Oh,
It's the Sun and Moon 3DS.
yeah.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
It.
I
it
always
smaller?
bought special edition 3DSs. No, this is the new 3DS XL. So
Oh,
they're like the same size.
like
Oh, yeah.
slightly bigger. Like
Might be. Is it slightly thicker as well?
Yeah, it's got some girth to it.
Is it
I was gonna
freaking?
say-
They're about the same.
Is it
the only thing that
freaking
it doesn't
dummy
have is the
thick?
Oh, it's so thick.
Oh,
Thick with
no.
2 C's.
Don't say like that.
We might even be pushing to 3 C's.
Man, I have a problem when it comes to Nintendo products. I have 2 SPs. I have 2 3DSs. I now have 2 Switches. I have a problem.
You do have a
two
problem. I
Switches?
still have my original Switch that came out when
I
day
got-
one.
So I got my day 1 Switch too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just got my SWOLED.
Isn't it just the same thing?
No, it's got a better screen
Oh yeah.
and speaker.
It's also like slightly
Yeah, dude, it's
thicker, isn't it?
identical, but I wanted it, so I bought it.
But how is it though?
Oh, it's pretty as shit. It looks so good. The screen is bigger, like
Yeah.
bigly bigger. So I love
Bigly
it.
bigger.
Bigly bigger.
Bigly
It's-
bigger.
It's much more bigly large.
It comes with it comes with the freaking Ethernet port on the Switch itself, the dock.
Yeah, the dock itself has the Ethernet port, which I'm not going to use
Fancy.
because I put that dock in the living room where not next to the Ethernet.
Never mind.
I won't use that feature.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Alrighty. Wait, so what are you playing
yeah.
on like what are you playing on your OLED then? That's super nice.
I was playing Rise the other day, actually.
Oh, really?
I was playing Rise. It looks like crisper and cleaner. I think this is probably not right, but I think this screen is a higher refresh rate than the original because things looked like a lot smoother, a lot less, blurry, right? Like I don't know. I felt I could see things a lot clearer, playing on this one. Maybe it was the bigger screen or something like that, but I legitimately only use my Switch handheld because if I'm sitting at my desk, which is where I have my dock and stuff set up, I'm playing a PC game anyways. Like that's just there in case I stream, a Switch game. But if I'm playing this thing, I'm usually playing it handheld. So I'm actually really happy about, the purchase so far.
Nice.
I like it.
I saw someone playing the Mario Odyssey, and it looks amazing. Yeah. Obviously, it doesn't come out like perfectly on. Yeah. Obviously, it doesn't come out perfectly on like video or someone's phone or whatever. But no, it still looked really crisp.
Yeah, it looks super nice.
Nice.
No, and I mean, I don't know, like it's just something about it. It's crisper, it's brighter, it's more vibrant, and you have like full control over that stuff too. They have like more video settings on this thing. But the biggest reason why I got this, because like if I would have had the second wave of Switch that came out, right? There's two waves of Switch. There was a white box, which is a release Switch, and then a red box, which was like slightly changed. The red box has a better battery than the release Switch. This has that better battery. The release Switch has a shitty battery.
Oh, it's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like I could play like at least 2 hours on Stories 2, and that's it.
Yep, I remember because the only title that I had, the only game that I had when the Switch released was Breath of the Wild, because that was the only game that was out when the Switch released.
It was a great game.
It's a fantastic game, but I would play it on the train on my way to work. And so like it'd be fully charged in the morning, and then I'd get on the train and I'd ride the train for about 45 minutes. And the thing was like almost dead, like half dead when I would get to work. I'd be like, oh, that's all my battery.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now you can leave a Switch dock at work.
I just don't go to work.
Oh, that's it.
There you go.
There you go.
I just stay home now.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. My goodness.
But I like the Switch. Everyone always shits on the Switch, but I like the Switch.
I like the Switch.
Me too.
It's a good thing.
That's a lot of good games.
Oh yeah.
A lot of good games.
There's still a lot of good games coming out.
Isn't it like the most sold console currently?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably.
I mean, probably because PS5 is like you can't find them anywhere.
No.
Most sold console 2021. PlayStation. No. That's 5 best-selling consoles of all time as of 2021. I want. That's not what I asked.
Thanks.
Come on. Switch was the best-selling console in the US at one time back in July 16, 2021. I mean, yeah, I don't know. The June series, so the adult. I don't know. There's no. I googled it. It's not the first 3 results on Google. So
is that the first 3 results? Are they all ads, or are they all?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, make sure to go to one of the sites and like sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Block that shit immediately. No, so the first 3 results just like weren't what I wanted. So obviously, I will not know the answer to my question. Unfortunately.
We will never know.
Apparently though, the most sold console to date, like just set for all time, PlayStation 2. Yeah.
Really?
157.6 million units sold.
Wow.
And then followed by the PS4, and then followed by the PlayStation, then the Wii.
Oh yeah, the Wii. I thought you were gonna say Wii U.
Wait, hold on. And then the PS3. Okay, so like PlayStation sells consoles apparently. Who knew?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, they have like a lot of great exclusives.
Oh yeah.
Not anymore.
Nope. Nintendo has that card now.
So they're doing the smart thing, which is like not, exclusiving their exclusives, right? Like Horizon Zero Dawn's on PC now.
Yeah.
That was literally one of the only other reasons why I bought a PS4 was for Horizon Zero Dawn, because like I bought one for World and I was like, okay, cool, and I'll play Horizon, while I have this too. And then it came out on PC. I was like,
well,
I have a Blu-ray player now.
Yeah. I basically all I use for my PlayStation now is watch Crunchyroll while I'm in bed. Just fucking have it on the TV and just watch anime. Yeah.
My smart TV doesn't have a Crunchyroll app, so maybe I need to set up my my PS4 to do that.
Well, leading into anime.
Wait, no, hold on. So Final Fantasy. Forrest, you mentioned earlier, because like we talk about Monster Hunter all the time. That's kind of like a boring game, whatever. Like, you mentioned Final Fantasy though.
I'm kidding.
Oh God. Well, which road do I take?
Skoj just wants to segue into anime any possible chance that he can get, and I will not allow it.
Pretty well.
Stand
that was
for
a
this.
really good segue.
So Final Fantasy.
Come on, that was a good segue.
No, it wasn't.
All right, Skoj, you have 10 minutes to talk about anime.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
No. Yeah, give him 5 minutes.
I'll give him 2. Now that he said that 10 was a lot.
Yeah, two's quite a bit as well.
Final Fantasy.
You're burning your time.
Yeah, I mean, come on. TikTok.
No, Skoj, do you want to talk about anime? Oh, we can talk about anime. Let's talk about anime. Skoj, what anime should I be watching right now?
Should you be watching?
Yeah, what anime should I watch right now?
What about Liz, our guest? What anime is she watching? Or she
Liz,
watched?
what anime should I be watching right now?
I just want to be about you.
Sounds like you're outing her. She's not watching any anime.
I'm not. You know this already.
Oh no.
You've watched anime?
I've watched anime in the past, but not recently. You know this.
No, I know you watched anime in the past. Oh my goodness.
Well, like, I don't know. You've been trying to get me into watching Naruto, but freaking we haven't yet.
Don't make that face. I literally have a tattoo to my arm. What?
You do. Yeah. Anytime that anyone says Naruto, I just immediately think of high school, and then just like a wave of cringe.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. Like that's for me too. I just remember the good portion of the childhood where I don't get bullied by everyone saying that I read manga.
I never got bullied. We just did stupid shit like Naruto running to the vending machine, but like 30
not
of
like
us.
that. I never did that. That's cringe.
Whoa, cringe culture is dead. Do what makes you happy.
Fucking Naruto run to your heart's content. Go for it.
Yep.
Do it on the news, because apparently that was a thing.
Go get your Cheez-Its in the vending machine.
Ooh.
And feel cool doing it.
Yeah, man. Now I want some Cheez-Its. All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought he was actually just gonna go. I was like, all right.
Yeah, like I don't know you very well yet, but it's like, you know what? I believe it. If you just like got up and left, I believe it.
Yeah, I thought about it. I had to go to the grocery store though.
Oh, just like left and went on his phone. I'm just imagining you going on your phone during the podcast.
Yeah, I'll call in.
Going on a field trip.
It's like you just hear like you cut out every now and then when you hit like a highway.
Yeah.
But yeah, what got you into streaming though, Liz?
Segways, he's so good.
Is he though?
He's so good at segues. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I've heard some of your past podcasts and just kind
perfect bridge from one topic to the other. No hard cut. It was beautiful.
Like a bridge, like how you would do when you're driving into another conversation.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'll just start streaming.
What you did was driving the car off the cliff into the next conversation.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think that was a great segue. Yeah, Liz, what got you into streaming?
We're just gonna end up talking about highways for like another half an hour for no reason. It's just
oh man.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's talk about highways.
We talk about nothing.
Yeah, so highways. That's pretty cool.
Got one next to my house.
Oh, fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. No, streaming. Who streams? No.
None of us.
What is streaming? No. So I got into it January 2020. One of my friends was streaming at the time. I appeared on quite a few of their streams. We were just kind of dicking around in World. And then, yeah, I was just like, you know what? Why don't I give it a try? So I started on the PS4 streaming thingy. You know, whenever someone sends a message or whatever, the little black box shows up on the upper left or whatever. But, you know, it was still fun. I started right when, like, I think Safi was coming out as well.
Oh, wow.
Or something. So we were farming that for quite a bit. And then, yeah, I think around May or June, I got my capture card, and the rest was history. And I kept going.
Hell yeah!
Origin stories, woo!
do you play World on PS4 still, or have you switched over to PC?
I would like to play more on my PC version because I haven't done a lot on it. Maybe only 100 hours or so, but. Yeah, most of my time was spent on PS4.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately.
I mean, it's not unfortunate, right? Like, you know, people play where they can. You know, I was fortunate enough to be able to like shell out for the PS4 the year in advance or a couple months in advance, and then switch over to PC. So I'm insane.
Totally.
You know,
it's just more of like all the time I spent on the PS4, but I also felt like most of those hours were spent in a loading screen. So, like streaming that game. Well, yeah, like streaming that game, it's like, okay, here's a podcast segment where we're waiting to get into the grinding lands.
The grinding lands, especially the loading screen.
At least on console, when you were in the guiding lands, you were in it though, right? Like that could just be your whole stream, and then you just ignore all of your load screens. At that point, right? Like, they just don't exist.
It's a very nice grinding place, honestly.
It is. It's just kind of a nice place to be able to turn your mind off, you know, like you go get some off. Exactly. Yep, there you go. And then 5 hours later, like, where am I?
See, I've done that. I did that. I remember. So I get into this like really bad habit sometimes on a weekend. I'll wake up and I'll plant myself in my chair and I'll just play a video game. And then suddenly it's 11 o'clock at night and I haven't eaten all day and I'm pretty sure I'm going to die. Right. But the last time that happened, because that doesn't happen as much anymore because, you know, busy.
Responsibilities.
Yeah, you know, like you work and streaming and this podcast, whatever, you know.
Whatever.
I remember like one of the last times that I did that, it was like a Sunday and it was in the guiding lands. And I woke up, I was like up at like 8 for some reason. So I just went downstairs, made a pot of coffee, sat down and just played. And like, I swear I blinked and it was just like 8 o'clock at night. And I was like, I've been here for 12 hours in this one area just fighting whatever shows up. Am I okay?
That is wild. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Are you okay?
I mean,
I am now. I don't know about then.
It's especially satisfying when you like turn in all of your stuff. Like if you hunt a lot of monsters and then finally like start looting everything from the handler. It's just like a long list of items and it's like, yes, I did that.
And it only took 8 hours.
Jeez. They kind of did the same thing on Rise as well, and I did that for a bit where I would just go on an expedition or whatever and just kill.
Hell yeah. I don't think I've ever done one of the expeditions in Rise.
They're pretty fun. It's just kind of, I don't know. Like if you go look for all the secret messages as well, it's like,
ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's fun to do.
Yeah.
That I can see. Like the maps are like really huge in Rise. They're really big.
Yeah. No, they're really fun to explore. It's like even being able to climb up that ship in I think it's a Frost Islands. Oh god, oh no, what's it called?
The cold one.
The cold one.
The one with snow and everything, not ice.
Where the giant monk snail is.
Yeah, the snail. I love him.
The good boy.
It's great.
Yeah, he's great.
Miss Lad.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. What? How did you get into Monster Hunter? Was it their world or was it like?
One of my friends a few years back, like 2015, told me about Monster Hunter 3U. And she was talking about it constantly with me and sending me music from it and like battle themes. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick up 3U and a Wii U because I don't think I had a Wii U at the time. So I did. You have one now. So yeah, I started Monster Hunter on the 3 Ultimate version.
Nice. And then from there I was like,
Yeah, and then from there, I didn't get For You, but I got GU when it came out in 2017, I believe. And I've been playing ever since.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I just that instigated a thought in me, and I just Googled Wii U eBay. So that's where I'm at right now.
Do it.
What's it looking like?
Do it. I have the Wii U like right now. Like I have it set up, everything's set up and everything.
You finally set it all up.
Yeah.
There were some really good games on the Wii U. There were some really good games on the Wii U. This one has one of the games that I like. Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Dude, I was about to say Xenoblade Chronicles X.
What is Xenoblade?
Best games.
So worth it.
I've never heard of Xenoblade.
You would love it. It's a JRPG.
Bro.
Okay, Jesus.
Like,
you would like it.
Really
you would really like it.
You like it.
Sorry, I turned into Skoj talking about anime for a second. I got really passionate about that.
So let's talk about the entirety of Naruto.
Can we? We can do that right now.
Why?
I haven't watched it, so this will be perfect. I'll get all of everything that I need in a nice hour and a half segment. I've never watched it, so.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
But for real, I'm gonna need to send you some of the music from Xenoblade X. It's so good.
It's so good.
To hear it.
The ending sucks, but
Xenoblade X is really interesting. Think of like an open world JRPG styled kind of like an MMO. Where you just kind of like travel around. You have like a big hub city. You have all these like areas that you can explore. There's a main story, and then there's a shit ton of side quests, and it's just all exploration based and combat based. It's so much fun.
Got a Gundam.
You have a Gundam.
Mech.
It's called a Skell. Yep, it's so cool.
Okay.
It's so much fun to fly around.
Flies.
With it. Yeah.
Oh.
It's also aged really well. Like the game is beautiful.
Yeah.
Really?
I think I played it like a few months ago. Yeah.
Well, when I have money, I'll absolutely look into getting it and trying it out. And just say the stream title would be Jalbagel and ForestRaider forced me to play this.
Yep.
Where's the lie?
There isn't. There's no lie.
By gunpoint. I'm kidding.
Wait a minute.
Okay, well.
I used aggressive words, damn it. That's the only weapon I need.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. But what was I gonna say? No? Yeah.
So Final Fantasy.
Cool. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy.
It's a segue. So highway.
Boy has no idea what to talk about. He just goes,
I'm waiting.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm used to on like my own like, you know, in different podcast settings where I have to be the one to kind of like change the subject as well. So it's kind of like it's really nice to not have to do this for once and just kind of watch Phil struggle and like watch the gears in his brain. Like, how do I segue this smoothly?
When the gears turn, it gets scary because it's just like, oh, it's happening. Oh, I can see it working.
Well, it's just like when you were trying to figure out how to get online and multiplayer on GU, like you started squinting so much, and I could see like your brain desperately trying. Exactly.
I can send you that clip, Jal. It's just me just like shifting through like 40 different menus in GU when I was at the place I needed to be in the beginning.
I know.
No, I will say this on the first episode, because like Skoj and I were talking about that, like we need to have like topics and like we need to make sure that like we have something to talk about so there isn't like dead air. I'm like, we'll figure it out. And the first episode, like we had all these things set up for like us to talk about, and we did a really good job. But I pointed out immediately, I was like, segues don't exist here. No. One topic, right to the next. That's all that matters.
I listened to that podcast as well, and it was just like listening to you guys sometimes awkwardly break off, and then you're like, so anyway.
The segues are weird, and then just on to the next thing.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite Bo Burnham jokes, right? Like in his early works, he just all of his stand up, he'd just like stop for like 6 seconds. Yeah. So segues are weird, and then just go on to the next thing.
You just awkwardly stare at the
It's like, I love that, dude.
I know.
No, I do. I don't know. It's just become the podcast, just chaotic and just like.
It's great. I love it.
I love it too.
It's a nice, laid-back way to hang out. So, Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean,
so I have a question. I have a question, Forrest. Is Final Fantasy 14 your first MMO?
Considering that it's taking me a minute to respond, probably yes.
Okay. Like no WoW, no Black Desert, no Terra.
I did play Phantasy
Icarus.
Star.
Fantasy Star. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Took me a moment to remember that. I was playing that leading up to Final Fantasy. Because what's their new like game over
new
graphic
Genesis
over?
Or next
New
Next Genesis? Yeah.
Yeah. I was playing that. So it was pretty fun. The game lagged really badly. Like, I don't know what it is on my computer. It's like I can run World, no problem. I can run any other game, but that game,
yeah,
I can't.
MMOs are weird like that. For me, it was Lord of the Rings Online. I used to play that on like a little dumpy Inspiron desktop. Yeah, man, it was such a fun game. It was awful. It was poorly designed. Think of like ARR, but worse in every regard.
Is that voice acting?
It had cinematics that had voice acting, and then no other voice acting.
How was that voice?
Cringe. But I think the biggest problem with something like that is because it has a cinema. You're expecting, Viggo Mortensen, however you say his name. I don't know how to say it. The guy that plays Strider. To like be the one talking for that character, and it's just not.
Oh, okay. I never seen Lord of the Rings.
Or like Elijah Wood for Frodo. It's just not. Okay. But I mean, it was still like a fun thing to do. But like that, the weird thing was that game used to play perfectly fine on my shitty like retail Inspiron like 300X fucking desktop computer that I got for school. And then I built a gaming PC and I loaded it up there, and it has stuttering problems, like really bad stuttering problems. And I'm like, oh, so it just doesn't run on here. And I look it up and they're like, yeah, for some reason, if you have an RTX graphics card, it just doesn't work.
Oh, cool. Weird.
Oh. I don't know if that's been fixed, but like I last time I tried to play it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm done, I guess.
I'll move on.
Yeah. But how'd you get into Final Fantasy then?
One of my friends recommended it. I was kind of in a mood for just mindless grinding because we used to play a lot of Monster Hunter Rise. Mm-hmm. And then, so it did turn into a point where we were literally just doing expeditions, looking for the secret messages, and just killing everything. Yeah. So it was just kind of like, I'm getting into a really grindy mood where it actually shows that I'm doing a lot of grinding and like farming. And then so he was like, well, I used to play Phantasy Star back in the day and I want to play it again, so let's try it out. And then we would stay up until 5 a.m. playing that every morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I would get a lot of people screaming at me to go to bed because I still had my game activity on my Discord.
Oh, I turned that off.
Yeah, you got me to turn it off.
Because I would get people like, oh, you're playing World right now? Can we play and join you? I'm like, no. No.
Please. Leave me alone.
Yep.
Let me be an introvert.
Yeah.
So I started playing that, and then Final Fantasy became a thing, and a lot of my friends were playing it, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I played it way back in the day, like over a year ago.
ARR? Oh.
No. When I say way back in the day, like internet time, basically.
Gotcha. So anywhere between 30 minutes to a year ago.
Yeah, exactly.
30 minutes to a year ago.
No, I was gonna... span of the internet, dude. It's like this.
Literally.
That trend was so 30 minutes ago.
Well, seeing a year ago, like looking at trends from a year ago, like you're gonna be like, wow, that makes me feel aged,
Yeah.
So
remember Vine used to be a thing?
Gosh, I miss that though. I mean, we have TikTok now, which is like a better Vine, I feel. Like a better organized Vine.
Yeah.
I guess.
Never mind.
But
I'm just gonna.
Well, I don't know. I just freaking all the drama that you see on TikTok as well, and like I don't know.
That would have been Vine though.
Too.
That would have been
Did
Vine.
it? I don't know.
Yeah, it did, but because it spilled over into YouTube, that's just like where you saw it. Because all the people that were doing Vine were also doing YouTube, and it was just as much of a clusterfuck.
You just can't explain
gotcha.
drama in 6 seconds, so you put it on YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much.
Otherwise, you're
This is
gonna
why I
get
have a problem with SkojSkull Viner 420, and then it's like a
next Vine.
38-minute long video of like 6 vines.
Yep.
And then
Jesus.
But yeah, no. So I played it back then. I didn't like it. I was very confused. One of my friends was trying to lead me around and like progress me through the story, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have a stick.
I have a stick.
And then I gave up the game.
Dangerous.
Then. Yeah. Fear me. I'm a cat girl.
Somebody please make a hoodie or a t-shirt or something that says "Fear me, I'm a cat girl." I just and then just like in the center of it, just like Amikote. This is free. This is yours. You make this. You make all of the money from that. That is my gift to the internet. Somebody make this. I will buy
like
too.
Pictures of cat girl with her saying "rah" or something.
I will gladly be a model for it.
Fear me, I'm a cat girl.
Rawr.
All right, there's the middle of the podcast.
People will be so confused, like, what the fuck? Oh.
What the fuck is this? What are cat girls, not some two white dudes?
We need to capture that demographic. Like I said, like I was gonna try and convince you before this podcast. I was gonna be like, "Hey, can I speak in the Valley Girl accent? Because we can like reach that demographic."
Absolutely not.
Just the entire time.
I'll actually leave.
I was like, "Oh my god!" So like today.
Oh no! There he goes. The scariest thing about it as well is how naturally you slip back into that accent. Hi, Jel.
Just slides back in.
Slowly.
Well, I mean, it's practice. I've been doing it for so long. That's a redeem on my channel.
It's been like 3 weeks.
What? 3 weeks? It's been longer than 3 weeks.
Why is this something you want in your skill set? Why is this on the SkojSkull resume? It's like streamer, YouTuber, podcaster, can speak in a Valley Girl accent. Why is that on there?
Sometimes randomly brings up the Valley Girl accent.
I have 2 younger sisters that don't even speak in a Valley Girl accent. But
I have 2 younger sisters that has no implication on this story whatsoever.
I've got an older sister, but like what? So that's
amazing.
A thing.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. Jesus Christ.
We get so distracted.
How much of it have you played so far? Are you at the end of Shadowbringers waiting for Endwalker now, or are you still playing through it?
I got to the end of Heavensward a few weeks ago. Okay. So I'm just kind of putting the story on pause.
But you only got like 30 days left or something like that. How many more days till Endwalker comes out?
Is it? Oh boy. I think it's less than.
Yeah, I think it is actually less than.
I'm trying to catch up.
I know, that's the thing. Freaking hurry up.
Goodness. Okay, it's in a month.
Oh, okay. Wait, so what's the release date?
Early access technically beginning Friday, November. Early access is Friday, November 19th.
Oh.
That's if you pre-ordered it.
That's early access for the pre-order. It releases later.
Oh.
I pre-ordered it.
Nice.
Hey, nice. Are you excited to try out the new classes?
Absolutely. I don't care about DPS, but I'm very happy that we got a new healer.
Yes, the Sage looks amazing.
The meme with the doctor cocking the gun. I'm also a healer.
Yeah.
I'm also a doctor, or like trust me, I'm a doctor, and he's cocking a gun. It's like that's it. That's Sage. We did it. It's there.
I know. Thank you.
I love the way Summoner, like his abilities and everything now are in for Endwalker. I'm super excited for that because he gets summon like the big 3 from ARR, and that makes me really excited.
Yeah, the trial summons are really cool. What is it? Garuda, Titan, and Ifrit. It looks so cool.
Yep.
Nice.
I still can't wait for you to forget to use your summons.
I use my summons.
That is gonna be like when Endwalker comes out. That's gonna be so part of the rotation.
Oh yeah.
Like there is gonna be no way you don't use it, because I feel like all of your OCDs are gonna be OGCDs are gonna be the trials. Those guys.
Yeah.
My brain was just like, your sentence stopped here. Figure it out. Dude.
Figure it out.
I got a pop
taking a
quiz
break.
and it was all fill in the blank.
Brain wanted.
A, B. No. C.
Wait.
It's fill in the blank. It's
Oh shit. Never mind.
We don't have multiple choice.
Can life just be multiple
Dude,
choice?
that's when I panic. Oh my god, it's just when I panic, man.
Oh my god.
My goodness.
Fill in the blank. That's it. It's all over.
Can life just be multiple choice? Can we just?
It is. Life is a series of choices.
That's
you
true.
had a choice today.
To wake up.
Yeah, exactly.
You did a great job, bud.
There you go.
Should choose A, wake up, or B, get up and do the podcast with. Fine, I'll choose B.
Yeah. You can either stay in bed.
Yeah. But no, you've been in that like relic grind as well. Like you've been grinding a lot in ARR, which I'm sorry.
It's just like, it was fine at first, you know, you do a few dungeons, you do a few fates, that's fine. And then it turns into, hey, here's a book, do all the dungeons with this weapon, do all these fates that rarely ever spawn, kill all these enemies that you have to frickin' find the maps for, and then do all these levees. Who does levees? Nobody.
That's why you just don't do ARR relic grind.
Yeah, I found that out. And then I finished that weapon. It got all glowy, so I was very happy. And then I saw the next step where it's like I have to do sphere scrolls, and it's like you have to do materia and grinding of fates, and it's like, all right, I'm done.
Yep.
It's not worth it.
What else are you gonna do? The MSQ? Pfft, no. Absolutely not.
Who does MSQ these days?
No, that's
Fishing's
where
where it's
my dude Skoj keeps trying to get me to fucking fish. I still haven't even unlocked the.
It's
I
actually
still haven't even
fun.
unlocked it.
You haven't?
No.
You
remember?
You fucking...
Yeah, exactly. After the last podcast, I said I would do it and I would join you guys for the next fishing, and I just didn't do that. Instead, I made my schedule for stream and went to bed.
Uh-oh. Podcast beef.
Podcast beef. It's coming out.
Let's go.
This
Overfishing.
is the beef. Overfishing.
You want to talk about beef?
Uh-oh.
You want to talk about beef?
Yeah, I put some on my sandwich
what
today.
did you do?
Kidding.
Skoj, what did you do yesterday? Talk about beef.
Oh.
Like how long it took you to remember?
It still leads to Final Fantasy. So we did it.
It does. Yeah, you got married.
So we got married. I got married with DJ Johnny,
Skoj.
not Forest
Where's
Raider.
Where's your? Did you wear a tux or did you wear a gown?
I wore a dress, my mother's dress.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was asking in game.
Oh,
Did you wear a dress on stream? I didn't catch any of it yesterday. Did he really?
He did.
I'm pulling up the VOD. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, he did.
it's my mother's dress as well.
I wore
I want you to understand something.
So
I love you.
I love you too.
Just so much. Every day you're in my life, it's an absolute joy. Where is this VOD?
Yeah, because it was like I ended stream. I went to his stream. I said, "Hey, I'm here now." He was still in his hoodie. I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna go get changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put on like some fancy stuff for a wedding because why not?"
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back. He was in a dress, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess that's what we're doing now."
Oh wait, I think I found it.
Oh my gosh.
Live reaction.
Okay, to be fair, I thought it was gonna be like a wedding gown.
No.
No.
If you
I'm not
actually
gonna
wore
go
your
out.
mother's wedding gown.
That would have been
hilarious.
That would have been amazing. Oh my gosh, that's what I thought it was, but no. You look very, very beautiful for your wedding day.
Oh my god.
But no, we got DJ Johnny and I got married, and then we had this whole wedding ceremony. I was just like, I was screaming because I didn't want us to kiss. Because there was one part of the wedding ceremony was like we would both float up randomly, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And then we float towards each other, hug each other, and then kiss. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I know. The build up to it. You're like, oh no.
Hello, that's like that happens at every wedding. Ever been to a wedding before? The bride and groom just float up into the air, spin around each other. Oh wait, no, that was just in The Witcher. That's right. Never mind.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
You've been to a wedding recently. What did you see? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But no, like
hand-holding degenerate.
They actually put
really
a
funny.
lot of work into the wedding cutscenes as well. Like they're actually really good.
They're really nice. And then we tried to get divorced.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Already?
No, yeah, it was like a build up to
10 minutes.
It was 10. It was what?
What?
No, it was like 10 minutes leading up to the divorce. So like you guys left the chapel or whatever.
Oh yeah, we were talking, just being excited, and then I was just like, you know,
and then
what?
the hand holding got brought up.
The hand holding got brought up, and then DJ Johnny and I had a fight. It was like a big fight, and then ForestRaider, she got into call, and she was you hand holding slut. I don't know if that's what you said, but it was along those lines.
I pretty much yelled slut at you a few times.
And then
the words may have been exchanged in a aggressive manner.
Oh yeah, and then I said, you know what, it's over, and then just this whole thing started happening. The chat loved it. They were just, this is better than K-drama.
Johnny announced, like, so Phil said it's over, and then Johnny's like, it can't be over, I'm pregnant. I was so confused because it's just like, wait, how? Wait.
That's what happens when you have unprotected hand holding. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But then, yeah, no, we tried to get divorced, and apparently, you have to wait 10 days, 10 actual days before you can fill in a divorce in the game.
Just like real life.
Oh yeah.
Is that just like real life?
Like real life. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, in real life, yeah, you have to wait 10 days. You have to be married for 10 days until you can get a divorce. Yep.
Yep.
No, absolutely not.
I was gonna say, like, so you get married, and then as you're walking down the aisle, there's a person with a divorce paper just being like, here you go.
Yeah, right.
And sign. All right, there we go. That's all we wanted to do. Later.
See ya.
So was it simultaneously the happiest day of your life and the saddest day of your life?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Wow, that's, you know, two bigs in one day. That's great.
Wow.
It was honestly really cute. Like the whole wedding ceremony and everything was beautiful, and then everyone was there just like cheering, letting out poppers and everything. I got someone from the game to come into the chat. I thought they were one of the viewers. I sent them in wedding. So there was someone that was like, we were standing in a circle in Limsa, and they were just standing in the circle with us for the entire time we were waiting for people to like come to Limsa so we can send invitations. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll get an invitation. Then he messaged me saying, oh, thanks for the invitation. I messaged him back saying, yeah, no problem. From chat? He's like, no, I'm just here. I'm like,
oh, no, I'm just here. I'm vibing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that is so good.
It's so good. I always love situations like that, because then after that, he was saying how he was like, oh yeah, give me your Twitch. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I gave him my Twitch. He came into the chat. He subscribed to me. And then it was very sweet. I was like, what the fuck? Awesome. That was really awesome. Like, I love I love it when that happens, because I think that happened once before with, I think it was either World or a different game, but it was like they came from the game, came into your chat, and just chilled, and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Dang,
that's really neat.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna say though. This is a good segue. This is actually a good segue. Take notes, Skoj.
So let's talk about the segue as part of it, or
yeah.
So
yeah, that was a good one. That was good. Shit, you got me there. No, I was gonna say, because a lot of my experience, right? Because like I'm at the end of Shadowbringers, like I'm just waiting for the next patch to come out, then the Endwalker to come out now, and I'm just kind of like leveling classes because I really don't know what else to do. But that's the thing, is like there's so much in 14 to actually do. It's insane. Like I had no idea you could get married in the game, and I didn't realize they made it like such a grand spectacle. I had no idea there was, open ocean fishing.
It's great.
Then like, I knew a little bit about like the housing and stuff like that, but people put a lot of work into that too. Like I've stumbled upon some Twitter accounts that is just some wild Final Fantasy home design, like people making like little nooks out of all of like little like book nooks out of all of these just different things, and I'm like, this is the true end game here, right? Like who cares about best in slot gear? Who cares about being in the 0.01% that actually clears like savage content or whatever? Have a cool house. That's it. That's the real end game.
Yeah, it was like when I started playing, like one of my friends who got me into the game, he immediately like gave me a share of his estate or whatever. So I wasn't homeless. So it was like, okay, cool.
You can live here.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't really use the house a lot, mainly just like here and there to meet up with him. There was actually once where he randomly sent me a tell, and he's like, can you come to our house for a minute? I was like, yeah, sure. And then he's like, come inside, go downstairs, and stand in front of the green screen that he has there. So I was like, So I stood there, and he just like silently stood in front of me. He's like, that is all, thanks. And I was like, you're my friend, and you would never do anything bad to me, right?
Right?
Right? There's some
man, you're in a video out there now. You're in a video somewhere.
No, he just took like a picture of my character, and you can actually do like this art blend thing. I don't know. It's this weird, like, not a mod, but like, I don't know. You can make your characters look like a piece of art, basically, but it like looks cool. Really good, and yeah. So he did that. It was cool. I was very scared for my life.
I would be too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely want to look into the housing soon, but it's expensive.
It is.
And it's like the demand for it, like just watching some people desperately try to get a house, it's just like that looks very like stress. Difficult. Yeah.
It's one of those things that you kind of back burner and look into every now and then, and either get lucky or you obsess about it literally every single day, holding on to the money to do it, and then finally get it.
Well, it's like it's an auction type style, right?
Yeah,
or something.
It is.
Yeah, when there's something available, it's auction style.
Oh god.
There's always though, like you can always get like an apartment. That's what I had on my last server. Was like an apartment. I didn't use it for anything. Like I just got it, and it's like extra storage. And then I had like some decorations. I was like, I'm gonna make this so nice and have people over to my pad. And I completely forgot about it. Like 2 days later.
Yep.
All right, time for some more relic grinding. Like
I went back to MSQ stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like I finished MSQ in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you skipped story.
What?
I skipped a lot of story. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a special relationship with the escape button, and it's mash it every single time a cinematic starts.
So when you see this scene cannot be skipped, it must be the most frustrating thing.
Well, it only comes up. It only came up in ARR, right? Like that only ever happened there, and in ARR, I was actually watching all the cutscenes because I tried and I got bored. Or it only happens with like Praetorium and the other one.
So, yeah.
Just never do those.
Nope. Never do your MSQ roulette.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm like half and half when it comes to it. There's a lot of times where I'm just like, oh, this story is actually pretty interesting. I want to give it a shot. And then there's some other times where I'm just like, I am bored. I want to skip this.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're in the mood for, right? Because like a lot of the times Final Fantasy games are good for like that story, right? You know, we all know that Final Fantasy games are great for story. But then there's just other times you just actually want to play a video game and not watch a movie, and that's the thing. You know, like I had to get that across to some of my friends, like my friend Kira. She's like, I can't believe you didn't watch like anything. I'm like, I wanted to play a video game, not watch a movie. Sorry.
Yeah,
while I was watching a movie on the side while playing the video game.
But that's kind of the nice thing about Final Fantasy, like how you were saying earlier, that there's so much to the game. So it's like if you're feeling in the movie mood, go do your MSQ. If you're feeling in the mood for, I want to, play the game, go do like relic farming or crafting
or roulette.
Exactly.
Dailies. Yeah, you can just go
Gambling.
do anything. Go do some fate. So that's something that I actually want to get into. Is I really do want to get into the gambling in the game. That sounds like terrifying just as a statement in general.
I really want to get into gambling.
I really want to lose money.
This is how addiction starts, right? Like this is the beginning, because like every good idea like starts with like, man, like we should buy a bar. This is almost as good as like, man, I should do heroin, right? Like this is a bad idea, right? Everything sounds better on paper. Well, but that's what I'm saying is that like, you know, like, oh man, I should really get into gambling. It just sounds bad. But the gambling in 14 is pretty in depth. I think it's really cool.
It's really fun.
I want to get some of those mounts, because that's like one of the things I used to do in WoW was mount farming, and then I stopped playing WoW like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's a few good mounts of gambling. There's one that's like the Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
The car.
The car. I got that recently.
Crossover.
Yeah. It's really nice. And they have this turtle that spins around when you fly.
I know.
So your character also spins around, and so is your menu. I'm kidding. No, don't.
Could you imagine? Oh,
your menu starts spinning the other way.
Oh God. I'd be sick instantaneously.
Oh, absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah.
No thanks.
And then, you know, you can occasionally do the leap of faith on the side. Phil, you want to talk about your experience with leap of faith?
I don't even know what that is. Bye, Skoy.
See ya.
What is that? What is leap of faith?
It's when
Leap of Faith.
It's a platforming thing. I hate platforming.
It's a platformer?
It's a platformer.
It's a jumping puzzle.
Oh, let's freaking go.
Yep.
I could speedrun that.
You can.
You can.
Let's go.
You actually can.
You're racing against other people. All the people that are in the game with you are with you in that same game. So if you're trying to jump to that one spot, so are 20 other people.
Oh wait, but so like it's not, you're like being like pushed around and stuff?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. So
you're
it's
just like constantly
chaotic.
Oh yeah.
Like I highly suggest turning off names.
I should absolutely do that. Holy shit, that sounds so like so much. All right, I'm playing 14 today. After podcast today, I'm just loading up 14. And I'm
He's not
on the rest of the day. I absolutely will. I'll sit in your Discord and I'll do it too. And in the next episode of the podcast, we'll have a follow up, and you'll all see that I did it.
I did fishing. I got all the mounts. I did this and this, and I'm just.
I did all of it in one day. Speedy.
Suck it.
Suck my dick, Phil.
That's right, Skoy. I played a year's worth of Final Fantasy with Skoy all in one afternoon.
I got a house. I got fishing. I got everything maxed out.
I somehow got early access to Endwalker. I'm already
playing it.
Be Endwalker. Story sucks. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. No, the Endwalker is going to be so good. All right. Can we talk about that really quick? Can we talk about Endwalker and how good the trailer and the music for that is?
No.
Yeah.
Like I was blown away with Shadowbringer. Get the fuck.
So can we talk about how we get into this? I'm like, no.
No.
Yeah, no. You can't. Okay,
Anime.
fine. We can talk about anime instead.
Fuck yeah. All right. So Naruto.
And there goes Jel.
I feel like every podcast would just leave our own podcast. Why are we doing this podcast?
I don't have that option. Wait, can you drag my character like can you drag my character away?
Should we just like, all right, I'm leaving.
Yeah, see.
Oh man, that joke's gonna transfer well over to audio only.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Totally.
I moved her avatar. That's why I said that.
Hey, audio listeners.
But yeah, Endwalker.
Endwalker's trailer was so good. I'm not like a bit. What?
I haven't.
What if you haven't? Are you waiting until you like finish Shadowbringers to go and watch it? Oh, okay. That's fair.
You can talk
That's
about
fair.
it. Like I don't know.
Oh, I mean, I'm not going to talk about specifics because I don't know anything about what's going on with the story. Okay. So, like, I couldn't possibly tell you what's happening in the
pretty
trailer.
much we're all
fine.
so cool.
It looks, I can imagine it looks really cool.
Dude, we're fighting on the moon. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a scene. They're on the moon. I was like, what the fuck?
We're fighting on the moon. I'm so excited. It's Mario Odyssey, man.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really excited for this though, because I plan on catching up on the story. Don't worry about that noise. That was my struggling to think noise.
Genuine struggling noise. Wow.
I was drinking water. You can't do that shit. You can't do this shit when I'm drinking water.
I'm just gonna make weird noises every single time you try to drink something. That's
like an orgasmic noise. Like,
That wasn't an orgasm. Have you ever heard an orgasm before? Obviously not.
Do you two need some? Like, do you two need some a room or something? I don't know.
No, we actually need counseling.
Yeah, get us a room with a counselor.
With a counselor. Fucking need it. Okay. All memes aside, all weird noises and Skoj choking on water aside, the Endwalker trailer was so good and it got me so excited for the game. But like all the 14 trailers always do that to me. Like the Shadowbringers one, I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna be playing for the next year. And I played it for like 3 months and then I'm done.
The music for the
Ward.
Heavensward trailer was incredible.
It was really good.
Holy shit.
So good. They're all just so good.
I
and
know.
Even the ARR trailer hits me like in a way. The ARR trailer is so good.
You know what's funny? So I was still playing through the story for ARR, and apparently in the trailer it shows the character dying. That happens in the game, and I didn't even catch that, or even I didn't even know who any of the characters were. So I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I completely forgot about it, and I was like, wait a minute, like as the character died in the game, I was like, I remember this.
Well, even like when it got to like a big revelation in the story or whatever, I don't want to spoil or anything, but like there's one character that shows to be evil at first and feels just like unaffected because he doesn't know who that is. So
I know
while
what
everybody
you're talking
else
about,
screaming,
but I was the same way.
While everybody's screaming, he's just like, "Oh, what's over there?"
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay,
He's so oblivious. He doesn't know.
oh no.
He's so in denial. Look at him.
No.
He doesn't believe it's true. It's like, oh, look at that.
That's one of the things, because I want to appreciate the Endwalker story, because like it's so much is happening, right? Like ARR was like setting the pace of the universe. Heavensward was setting some of the politics. And then there's the next ones, which I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, because I know you guys aren't there yet, but I don't know like where the story is going to go to next, because where Shadowbringers leaves off feels like kind of like done. Like sure, they leave their like their plot hooks and stuff like that, but I really don't know like where the story is going to go to next. And the fact that the trailer is on the moon, I got to catch up now.
Yeah. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh
really,
my god!
I would say it looks really good. I keep on saying like I want just gonna be involved. It looks really good, so good.
Well, I mean, yeah, but your experience with it so far is like very minimal because you're working up to that, and that's fair too. I get that. So I know Skoj plays summoner mainly right now. Forrest, what is your main class or main job, I should say?
Currently kind of a mixture between dancer and astrologian.
Ooh, Astro.
So,
did you play Astro before Shadowbringers came out?
No.
Okay,
but
so
I heard that it's
Astro.
Yeah, I've only heard the tales of the massive revisions that it's had. Like each card being different and just the stress and the panic and the
Oh, it was so nice. It was so nice. So this is my thing about Astro, is that the system, yes, like every card did kind of a different thing, but it made you think about how to play your class.
Oh, that's
right?
true.
And it wasn't so overbearing that you couldn't pay attention to floor mechanics too, right? A good astrologian could keep up, keep healing, keep buffing, keep doing DPS and doing all the floor stuff and not really be like overwhelmed. And for me, that's why I main healer, because I like that on the fly thinking and decision making and adjustment. Because when you're just a DPS and you're just rolling through your rotation over and over again, I get bored with that.
Yeah,
my
it
brain
gets
just
repetitive.
melts with that.
Yeah.
So like I'll only ever do like healers and tanks, because tanks, at least there's some variability to like how you use your mitigations and your OGCDs. So I was like, okay, like I can vibe with tanks. So I'll probably pick up a tank class next.
Yeah.
But the way that Logen used to work was so much fun. And then they took all 6 of those cards and really just turned them into 2 cards.
Pretty much.
So you still had to have all your different ones so you could get your big buff off. But then they're only, melee DPS buff or range DPS buff, and just kind of hurt, right? Because there used to be different effects. Like it was like the DPS buff, a mana buff, and then something else. I don't remember what it was, but you got to like pick and choose how you wanted to use those things, and everything was like relevant,
No, and that's a really cool thing. Like, as Astrologian is kind of like the first healer class that I'm picking up, I'm still kind of in that, oh my god, everything is happening at once. I'm panicking because like I'm focusing on the cards, I'm focusing on healing the tank. Oh, Phil accidentally walked into attack. Healing him. No, I'm kidding.
I don't always.
Phil standing in the yellow again.
I walk out. I have a fear of circles and triangles now. Like, I don't know what's going on.
As you should. Dude, I'm still sus about blue circles. Like, I'll see a blue circle on the ground. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's ours. And I'll get damaged. I'll be like, oh, no, wait.
Don't trust anything.
Blue means safe. No, it doesn't.
Not always, man.
Well,
some
really
of those boss fights are like, hey, here's a blue circle. And it's like,
well, it's like some of the buffs from like I think White Mage and like a few other classes are actual buffs towards you. Like one of their I think one of their regen attack or moves is literally a blue circle, and it's like you're supposed to stand in it, but I don't trust
stand
it.
in the circle.
But I don't trust it.
The non-hurt circle. This is the heal circle. Get in the fucking circle. Okay. I main White Mage, and I want to make this explicitly clear to every DPS user out there. If the White Mage puts the circle on the ground, stand in it. Not only does it heal you over time, you also gain more healing back. So if you're like half health and you're running away from a floor effect, just stand in the fucking circle. We'll heal you. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what it was, but when ForestRaider and I were playing one night, we're playing Final Fantasy, just doing random dungeons to like level up our characters. We dealt with like dicks of tanks.
Yeah, like I don't like to talk shit on tanks, or
no, that's just what we dealt
healers,
with.
But like,
there was a lot of amazing tanks we've had.
We've had really good tanks, but like these tanks were just brutal. They were very rude and very just, I don't know, because it's like I think one person we were doing Hawkeye Manor, and we all forgot the key or something.
Yeah.
And when we got to the door where we needed to use the key, they like immediately turned around and they're like, "Wow, you didn't pick up the key, bruh." And it was like, "What?
You didn't either, dick."
Yeah,
yeah, you didn't either. Like, aren't the tanks usually supposed to do that stuff? Like, I'm not saying exclusively, but I was busy keeping your ass alive.
And then literally the next dungeon. Yeah, literally the next dungeon we did that night. It was like someone mentions just like commented on the healing, and it's just like, like the attacks I'm doing, the ability I have is just like I need to be at full health the entire time when fighting this thing. And I'm like,
yeah, they like I was again doing healing, and we were doing snow cloak, so it's like leading up to the final boss, they pulled everything in that area.
Yeah,
and
you
like,
can't do that.
You can't do that. There's so many AoE.
You can't do that.
Yeah, so I was panicking and trying to heal and keep everyone alive while the enemies are doing AoE wide attacks. And then finally they turn to me and they're like, "You need to keep me at full HP. That's how my
ability works or
tank
whatever
stuff work." And it's like, bro,
you need to not stand in the fucking hurt circles.
Yeah, exactly. And you're a tank. I can't keep you at full HP if I'm going to keep doing DPS. Like, and then we did the final boss. I was working on keeping people alive because they didn't know some of the mechanics, and then they they just like after the boss, they were like, "Oh yeah, you don't understand the mechanics. You need to do this and this." I was like, "Just suck my dick."
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
Then we dealt another tank that same night, which like there's no communication. He was running gun ho just through everything.
That's why I, as a healer, always say at the beginning, like, if I'm comfortable or not with the big pulls or not, right? Because like a tank will usually just do that. A good tank, a considerate tank, won't. They'll always default to just small single room pulls. Yeah. But I'm, you know, like if I'm playing White Mage, I'm so comfortable with that class. I've been playing it for 3 years now, right? Or 2 years now. So I'm comfortable with that, and I can just go and be like, yeah, pull everything. You won't die, or you will. I'll fast res you and keep everyone else alive. Like, it'll be fine. Just whatever, pull everything. Because like we're just doing, you know, roulette. It's a normal dungeon. There's no reason to be like that. And that's like I don't know. That's like the problem with like when games get popular. This is now me going to start sounding like I'm blaming Reddit and blaming the internet, because I am.
Blame the internet. It's the internet.
But when things get popular, you start pulling in other people that have more aggressive opinions about things, and there is some sentiment to be said right now that a lot of the player base came over from playing WoW, and WoW, even at a casual level, still had this kind of competitive, optimized play strategy, because that's how dungeons are made there. In 14, unga bunga, turn off your fucking brain, DPS everything, healer, keep everyone alive. Done. That's every dungeon, every normal dungeon.
Freaking start off the dungeon by saying hello as well. My God.
Yeah, always.
Freaking give me a little wave.
Every time I do that, I circle and backslash.
Yeah.
Yep. Every single time.
Thank you. Like when I don't see someone, I know when I don't see someone do that, especially the tank, I'm like, oh boy, we're in for a ride.
I didn't know you should do that until later. I saw you doing it like every time, so I was like, I should probably start doing this. All right. Oh,
it's just like a courtesy thing to say hi. Like, you know, just saying like hi to the people that you're going to be playing the game with for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's just like if I'm going to be like putting my life on the line, I might as well, you know, get to know the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, even like Skoj, when we did our first dungeon together, and I was actually, no, it wasn't our first, but it was my first dungeon healing.
No.
Our tank was called Chaotic Potato.
And I don't want to like.
Was he a Jalbagel? Was he a Jalbagel?
No. I don't remember who they were. I just remember that name because I was like, oh, their name's Chaotic Potato. That's cute. And then
way to call them out on national television.
I don't want to, but I was just like, oh, that's a cute name. And then they proceeded to pull everything. They pulled into the final boss.
Perfect.
And it was just like I'm screaming at the entire time. And then finally we wiped, and then I was like, could you like slow down a little bit, please? And they're like, sorry, I just wanted to rush towards the boss. And
don't do that. You don't.
Yeah.
We're in a roulette. Okay.
There's some like low level dungeons that you can get away with doing that almost every time. But there's like the one that's like pirate themed. I can never remember the name of it.
Sastasha, I think.
Sastasha's, thank you.
Yeah.
Because every single time there are no barriers, there are no mini bosses. You just sprint to the end. Yeah. Every single time, and you just kill, and then you ignore every mechanic. You don't do anything. You just kill it.
That's the level that we were doing when I was first healing.
Yeah.
And me as a new healer,
happening.
Me as a new healer, I was panicking very much.
Yep. You just can't, because sometimes, especially like astrologian, and at low levels like that, you can't do anything else other than just cure over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's just all you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no cards, no AoE, no buffs. You don't have do you even have your stances then, diurnal and nocturnal, that low? I don't even think you do.
So you can't do
just a heal.
It's just
you're just doing Benefic and Benefic 2, and you're just like,
not even Benefic 2, you're just doing
that's right, you only have
you only have the lower one.
You have Benefic 1, you have your dot, and you have your single damaging move, and that's it. Those are the three things you have.
That's all you have. And it's
so much fun.
It's pain. And it's
oh my gosh. I hate leveling Lojin though, because you get into like any dungeon that's under level 30 and you're like, I don't have any buttons. This is a level 50 class. I don't have any buttons. Everything was designed to be at level 50.
I know, it's the weirdest thing to look at your card deck or whatever and be like, oh, I don't need to look at seals right now. What?
Yeah, I don't have the party wide buff. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I'm just chilling then.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Good game.
Are you excited to great game. Are you gonna try out Sage, or this is a question for both of you, by the way. Are you gonna try out Sage or Reaper?
At some point, probably.
Oh yeah.
Like
definitely Sage.
Yeah. Right now I want to dabble into like a lot of the classes. Like right now I'm working on Dragoon, which is a lot of fun. Like I love the combat with it, because with Summoner I'm already close up to the enemies anyway, so I'm like, I might as well do it with like actually meaning to be close to them. But yeah, I want to work on Gunbreaker after Dragoon. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Gunbreaker's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely want to try out a little bit more tanking as well, but yeah, like I'm very excited for Sage. I just love how it looks. Even like the sounds of when you're like doing your different spells. Exactly, it's just satisfying.
So good.
So
I was actually kind of upset about that with White Mage in the Endwalker job trailer. Yeah, they changed everything to like this kind of water effect.
I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it in a while. Yeah. I need to watch it again.
I wasn't terribly ecstatic about that, because it also made like identifying what abilities were what impossible. So I was like, is that the heal? No, I think that was a DPS. Is that a heal?
Is that new?
No,
I can't tell.
Is that? Yeah, no, exactly. I just couldn't tell because they changed all the animations. At least I think they did. I don't know. I haven't played in a few weeks, so I can't really tell for certain. But
yeah.
I'll
play it tonight, and then I'll know.
Like when they showed the trailer for like when they show off the abilities and everything for Summoner, I was thinking, it's like, oh, that's so cool. Is that a new summon? It's like, no, that's what you have. Just more upgraded. I was like,
upgrade your stuff.
I need to. I'm only at level 66.
Well, like, I really want to try out Paladin as well, because oh my god, those
all
new
of the Paladin
moves
stuff looks so cool.
Those giant swords that you summon. Ooh,
looks sick.
You know what that made me think of?
I know. What?
Oh, and Skoy's gonna love this. Skoy's gonna love this.
It
made me think of Gilgamesh from Fate Zero.
I don't know what that is.
What? I'm making anime.
I'm kidding.
And he's gone.
I'm kidding.
Podcast is over, guys.
Thanks for this. Talking about. That's a really cool reference. Love it. He made an anime reference to Fate Zero. Where is he? Where'd he go?
Here he comes.
You made a reference to Fate Zero?
Yeah, I've watched all of those except for Apocrypha.
I haven't seen Apocrypha. I've seen Fate Zero, Fate Stay by Night, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And the movies.
Oh, I guess it was.
Fate Stay by Night.
Oh, I haven't seen the movies.
Well, the movies are. It's like Fate for the movies. It's like Fate Stay by Night, but with a different plot. It's like the same. It's literally the same structure, but then they just changed like who the character's love interest is and what's happening.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
It's very confusing. It's like a different dimension or different universe, I guess you could say.
Alternate timeline.
Yes. It's still part of the plot. Where is it? What does it say? It's still canon. That's what it is. It's still canon. So like everything that happens in the movies is still canon to what happens in the anime too. And I'm just like,
that's messy.
And apparently, what happens in the video games are also part of the plot. So it's just like you have to play the video games. Oh yeah, there are video games. There are also mobile games, and there are also like the PlayStation 2 games, and there's a lot of games. So it's just like you play the games to understand more of the story. They're all part of the story, same story, and they even have characters from the anime in the games.
What is this? Nier?
That do different things.
Like that's
part of the plot.
That just reminds me of Nier, because like you even had to see like a screenplay for more backstory or whatever, or like vital parts of the story. Yeah, they did like a few screenplays or whatever that were like actually vital to the story.
Oh god.
And it's just like I
don't want to do homework to understand my video game plots. I don't want to do homework to understand my anime plots. I want to watch. I want to consume the one media and know everything. Why can't we just do that?
Let me
Then you
just
wanna
Like
enjoy-
Naruto does.
But then you won't understand the next season.
tough.
Who's this character? Who's this character? Oh, you might understand if you read the manga.
It's like me coming into watching JoJo in your Discord once, and I was like, oh, I thought this was the first episode. You're like, no, it's like the third season.
I thought you were just watching it just to have something to watch, so I didn't really like. That's what people
exactly
usually.
what I was
Oh
doing.
yeah, that's what people usually do
Yeah.
when they hop in. They're just like, I just want something to watch with you guys.
Yeah,
and it's just
I
like
thought-
this like big
like
plot
the
with
way
like
you did the message. Yeah, it's like the way you did the message was like, we're starting JoJo right now. I was like, oh, he must be starting with like season 1, episode 1, and I jump in. I'm like, this is definitely not the first episode.
What is
But
happening?
I didn't realize that until about like 10 or 15 minutes into the episode. Like, there's
Something's
no
not right
shot.
here.
This is the first episode.
It's like they introduce the character. You're my father. It's like, what the fuck?
I thought it was like, you know, like foreshadow, or not a foreshadow, a flashback, right? Because like, you know, like how the
That's a very
shows always do
long
it, like show like it's like I thought they were like showing this like really tragic flashback to something, and like this is the origin story about like how JoJo was born or whatever.
Oh.
And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I can vibe with this. And then like the episode ended, and I was like, oh, I don't think this
Oh,
was a
no.
flashback.
Jal just calmly puts in chat, so what season is this? I made a mistake.
I did ask him. I said, oh, this isn't the first episode. He goes, oh, absolutely not.
Oh
Jeez.
my god, that was too funny. That was way too
Whoops.
funny, though. Nah.
Yep.
But
Oh, well.
gosh, is there anything you guys are mostly looking forward to for Endwalker though? Going back to Endwalker,
More game to play.
the new locations. I'm
That's
looking
fair.
forward to new locations and
Me
What
too.
was it? Elephant people? Is that what it was?
what?
What?
There's like a new race of NPC.
Ja, what,
Wasn't it like an elephant person?
yeah, what happens
remember.
in
Yeah,
your
it's an
dreams
elephant
don't
person.
happen. I'm kidding.
No,
No, it happened, I swear.
I'm gonna butcher this. I'm gonna ruin this.
Oh, God.
It's a new beast tribe in Endwalker. The Arkasodara
Akasadara?
Matanga. Yeah.
Akasadara Kanga? What?
The Arkasodara Matanga.
Akasadara Batanga.
Yeah. What are you? Are you a mouse person? Oh my god, there's a mouse person too. Let's fucking go.
I don't know how I
Yeah.
feel about that.
They're called Loporits, probably.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
But
Some of these places look so cool.
I know, like we've just recently gotten to G posing as well, and like, you know, messing around with that stuff, and it's so much fun.
It is. There's a
Yeah.
lot of good couples G-posing and made me happy.
Oh, it's
And-
cute.
Yeah.
It's just there's so much that you can do with G posing. It's so much fun,
A
and
lot
like
of
totally
lewd ones.
playing.
What were you saying? What?
There's a lot of like if you look at like mods or for like G posing and everything, you can literally just click one, you scroll down, there's like 20 nude ones right afterward. I'm
Yep.
like,
Internet's too horny, man.
Yep.
so mod, go outside.
So I didn't know. So I've been like pretty much like oblivious to all the Endwalker stuff coming out.
Mm.
I had no idea that one of the new Aryans was going to be the Garlean Empire.
What?
That's actually really cool. Yeah, I had no idea. That's actually sick.
Can you go on the moon? There's one of the locations on the moon. Can I travel on the moon? Can I go?
Can we get housing on the moon?
Can we get housing?
Yeah, I want to. I want to be able to look out my window and see Earth.
Ah, yes, the
Just
perfect
wake
view.
up with a nice
The
cup
sun.
of coffee.
Shit.
All right, so we're gonna go through. I found a really good Polygon article, and we're gonna go through this, and we're gonna talk about the thing. Are you guys okay with
Shout out-
that? Because
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know
that's
how
fine.
in
This
the
is-
dark you want to be about it.
As long as like you don't say like, oh, this character is dead. This.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know any of that. That's story stuff. This is like content features.
Yeah,
right?
Skoy, I think we're safe.
I think we're fine.
Plus, I'm not gonna know how to pronounce. If I see like a person's name, I'll just glaze over it.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Anyways, I'm reading ahead. So spoiler warning, I guess, for those listening to the podcast, if you don't want to hear about things that are coming to Endwalker in Final Fantasy 14, and this has all been released, right? Like, it's a Polygon article. It's not like it's, leaked info. Just stop watching.
Shut off your ears.
Shut off your ears.
Turn your off for a moment. All right, so I'm just gonna go through this like from top to bottom because whatever. Because that's how you do things. So level 90, Sage, Reaper. We've all talked about that. We've talked about all those. And then the new areas, they've called them. So there's one that's Thavnair.
Haven't heard of that.
Yep, same. And then the Garlean Empire, which we all kind of are familiar with that. The Garleans and those people being future tech boys.
Zeeks.
Which I thought was like really cool because that's like where Gunbreaker comes from, right? It's like the Garlean technology, right?
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
All of their tech and stuff like that. It's like technology meets magic. And if I remember, like in ARR, like there are some gun blades. Like in Praetorium, he's using a gunblade.
That's true.
Dude, Gaius is using a gunblade.
Yeah, is it the same about Machinist then?
I don't know. I don't know about that, right? And this is also kind of like speculation, because this was like a conversation that I had with someone in speculation about Gunbreaker and its origins, because because they always make classes based on an iconic character from the series. Yeah. But I'm not incredibly vested in Final Fantasy lore. And so the only character that I knew that used a gunblade was Lightning from Final Fantasy 13, because it's the only Final Fantasy game I've played.
Gotcha.
So I really don't know. Let's see. The main capital to Thavnair probably, is called Rods at Han.
Oh.
It's a city built on top of a plateau. It looks cool as shit.
Ooh, so that's gonna be a
colorful.
New base.
Yeah, it's gonna be like another
Limsa?
like Limsa, another it's gonna be another like hub place. This place looks gorgeous. If you haven't seen the trailer for it, it is so colorful. It is so vibrant. Do you want to send us a link? I mean, I can try to find the link for it really quick.
Don't screen share right
now. Trailer FF14 probably. New Town, don't play that though, and then I'll just dump this in here because it's honestly like a really neat watch. All right, what else was there? It'll be the smaller of two main cities. We'll likely have to go there to exchange gear, but there won't be a market board there. That's speculation. And yes, there will be the moon, but Phoenix hasn't said anything about Moontown yet. This next heading I know nothing about. Take care of land on an island sanctuary. The player will be able to tend to animals and land in an island sanctuary. Not too much has been explained about this feature. It's meant to give players a break from the non-stop combat and allow them to enjoy a peaceful life. Okay, non-stop combat? We have ocean fishing and gambling. What do you mean non-stop combat?
But you're combating the fish and you're combating slots.
Gorgeous.
True. You're fighting RNG.
Yeah. There you go.
This place is gorgeous, though. There's so many colors.
Looks so pretty. It's got this like really cool like India vibe, at least in my opinion. It's kind of like that boxy built on top of itself, but then also just like really vibrant and colored and covered in like jewel and stuff like that. Like it's very neat. I also really like the Aetheryte Plaza in Razat Han. They look really neat.
Yeah.
We're getting Ishgard housing, which is really cool. Yep. A lot of people like Ishgard. I think it's just like fantasy New York City. It always looks cold and wet and dark there. So it's like one of my least favorite places to go. Don't know why everyone likes that. All right,
I don't know. I kind of like the vibe.
It's it's all gray. The entire city is gray. It's always cloudy, and everything looks damp.
Well, kind of the thing that it reminds me of is when I went to Montreal, but I went to, because like, okay, so there's a few parts of Montreal. There's the modern Montreal where, you know, everybody is. And then there's olden Montreal where like there's cobblestone streets and like, you know, everything's super like old fashioned in a way. That's kind of what it reminds me of in a way, you know, it's very, it's also super cold there. Because I went there during March.
Always cloudy, raining, and covered with dragons.
Most of it, yeah.
most of those.
most of those, yes.
Sko, did you even start Heavensward yet?
No, I'm in Heavensward.
You've been to Ishgard.
Yes.
It's the first place to go to in Heavensward.
He has. He'll remember.
I'm bad with names.
I know.
I am too.
Yeah.
Astinian is going to become a trust NPC, which is really cool.
Oh.
So something I guess neither of you have experienced yet, which this is a content spoiler. But in Shadowbringers, you could have NPCs join you in dungeons instead of players. It's awful.
Okay.
It's to help with queue times while you're doing MSQ.
Oh, okay.
So because DPS queues take so long sometimes, so I've literally never had that problem playing a healer.
Make sure you have someone you know that's a tank, because
tank or healer.
Yeah.
Tank or healer. DPS is fine.
Yeah, well, so like the DPS though, I think that's why they kind of made this thing, but it's called trusts, so you can like choose 3 NPCs to come with you on a dungeon instead of, you know, doing the duty finder, which I think was a really cool thing. So you kind of keep, you know, the pace of your game. It just takes for fucking ever.
Yeah.
I did it once as a healer, and the DPS does not know how to DPS. The tank does not know how to tank, and so I was too busy keeping the NPCs alive the entire time. But I have a feeling that if you're a DPS, this is a great feature because you literally just blow up everything as fast as you can, and the NPCs are literally designed to keep you alive the entire time.
Yep. Imagine the NPCs trying to keep the healer alive.
They don't. You die. Good. I literally started DPSing a group. I like dropped holy once, and I pulled all of the aggro of the entire group and died instantly. I was like,
God.
Wow.
I won't do this ever again.
Yep.
So I play with real people from now on.
Yeah, that's always nice. It's always nice when you we like. I feel like as the streamers, like we have a lot of I don't know. It's a lot easier for us to get like a lot of people to just join in and have
streamer
like
privilege.
Yeah, streamer privilege. Basically, we have people that join in that play with us that want to play like as a tank or a healer or DPS or something like that. We just fill those roles in. It's really nice. But, yeah. So just stream Final Fantasy and you.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
hell yeah,
no, it's a lot of fun streaming the game.
It is.
It is.
Though most of the time that I do it, I'm doing MSQ stuff. I'm not doing like dungeons.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I try to focus on MSQ as well, but then what happens very quickly is I start to read, and then I read really badly, and then I get flustered, and then I panic.
Yep.
And then my throat gets sore because
That's why you just skip them. Just skip it instead.
Like I've been reading it and there's someone that says just like, this is very bad, so you can leave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, fuck those people. That's
goodness.
Oh man, we're gonna get back into to me ranting about telling people to go, you know, fuck off somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's necessary to say that, like,
I'm not good at reading. I'm sorry.
Well, just like, well, especially how they speak sometimes as well. It's like, bro, why? Like, if I like, do I need to get freaking Sparks notes on you guys? What? I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
It's fine.
So going through the article, because we're only like halfway through. Apparently a bunch of stuff is coming in Endwalker. This is actually really cool. They're adding a new raid tier, which is very cool. Yeah, so like, you know how we have like savage content, ultimate content. They're adding a new tier to that for raids called Pandemonium.
Oh man, that sounds intense.
Yeah, all we know is that it has something to do with La Habrea, and that's it. And that's all we know.
Crap.
People are saying that it's in reference to Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy IX. I know nothing about either of those games, but pandemonium.
Yeah.
Which is probably content that I will not experience.
Oh.
Well,
I'm going to skip over this one because this is something that neither of you have done yet, so I'm not going to talk about it.
okay.
It's Heaven's Ward stuff, so I'm just not going to talk about it. Long story short, it was content that was supposed to come out previously, but got delayed because of COVID.
Okay.
So it's not like huge, but it is something relevant to something you guys just haven't done yet. So I'm just not going to say anything.
Okay.
The new Beast Tribe, the elephant-inspired group called Matanga.
Matanga.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
The first tribe to be revealed for Endwalker is the Arca Sodara tribe. What is that word? What is this word? Google this word.
Beast tribes though are
resemble
actually really
the
fun.
great myriad, both in appearance and so Arca Sodara is like the species. That's elephant people. The tribe is the Matanga.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Developers did not explain what type of tribe quests they would focus on, but look forward to more of that. Sure. Belts are getting removed. No more belts. Augers.
Yep.
Bye-bye belts. Literally the most useless piece of equipment ever.
Yep.
As they serve no aesthetic purpose.
Nope.
The inventory slot
really
belts take up will split between rings and weapons, with 5 extra slots being saved for other uses. Square did not specify what the other uses will be. Once 6.0 launches, all players will find themselves without their belts, but the Calamity Salvagers will be holding onto them. If you want to desynth them, no idea what that means. Apparently it's for materia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Final Fantasy X fans will be happy to know that Anima, the boss of Final Fantasy X, will be joining the game as a primal.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we know. I don't know who that is. He looks fucking weird. He's got a ring somewhere. But that'll be neat.
What?
I should probably play some other Final Fantasy games.
Same.
Yeah.
I really feel like I should play some other ones.
I'm really looking forward to it because, like, right now, like every time I go through like another expansion of the game, or go through more of the game, like it gets prettier and prettier as I go on. Like, the locations get like a more beautiful. The music gets better and better. The freaking like the characters look even cooler because like the clothing design gets more detailed and like there's more like involved in the glamour and everything. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Endwalker has to offer, because just imagine all the outfits you can do from that.
Imagine all of the clothing I can ignore.
Because you're Lalafell.
I'm too small to see it anyways. Actually, I have my first glamour now, so.
There you go.
Would you ever consider changing your race to like the new bunny boys, is it?
Yes.
The male bunny?
Yeah, I am actually considering changing to male Vera.
There you go.
I'm very much considering that, because like Catboy is whatever. I could make a Twinkie Catboy in any video game. Twinkie Bunny Boy, however,
I didn't want to say, are you gonna become a twink? But you did it anyway, and I'm so happy.
Well, look at him! Like, come on, look at him.
Yeah, I know. I know.
A Catboy in literally any video. Name a video game. I can make a Catboy in it. Name any video game.
What? Monster Hunter.
Catboy. I can mod in the ears. Go on.
Oh, that's true. Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
That one's on PC. There's a mod for it, probably.
Bloodborne. Frickin'
Bloodborne? Oh shit, that one's on PC.
Emulated on PC, modded.
I'll have to consult Brimstone on that one. I don't know if there's a cat ear in the game, but you are already playing like some kind of undead twink man, so.
It's basically a cat person.
Just become a twink in every game that you touch.
he's one step away from being a Twinkie Catboy, so you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it'd be really interesting to see.
Yeah. So but I know now I can go into the game and make the character save for the cat boy for the bunny boy. So I'm probably gonna do that today.
Nice.
Because we keep talking about Final Fantasy 14. Now I want to play it.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
It's working.
We've
done it.
Good. We're doing it.
Fuck it. We're gonna turn this podcast into a 12-hour-long podcast of us just playing Final Fantasy 14. Enjoy.
Just play Final Fantasy.
The last two things on this list, stats are getting squished. So similar to like what World of Warcraft did with Battle for Azeroth, they are doing a stat squish here as well. Numbers are too big. They're just reducing it. Square Enix is squishing the stats gained from level 50 and higher. So level 50 and onwards is going to have a different kind of scaling to it. Whether or not that'll actually change content will be kind of hard to figure out. What they are saying though is that things will feel mostly the same, though doing older content unsynced may be a bit harder unless they choose to rework the older content too, which probably not, right? If you're going to do a stat squish like this and people are doing unsynced content, probably, especially if it's pre 50, it'll probably be fine.
Okay.
And then the last thing, which was the big thing, this is a big thing for a lot of people and a lot of players, especially people like us who like to stream this video game. Players will be able to travel to other data centers. Huge.
That is huge.
For those of you that don't know, a data center is like the parent to the server. So you have your data center, and then you have a bunch of servers, or worlds as they're called in Final Fantasy, in that data center. Right now, you can play with people in other worlds in your data center, but not in other worlds a part of other data centers.
Yeah.
As of Endwalker, we will be able to play cross data center with anyone. Final Fantasy 14's patch 5.5 will be released on April 13th, and alongside a PlayStation 5 beta. No, I'm reading the wrong thing.
Different game.
No, I thought that was a part of this. I thought that that's what they're saying. Players will be able to hang out with their friends across data centers. The system is still being worked on, but the developers said that it will that players would have to re-log into the game in order to change data centers. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's not like an in-game migration. You re-log into the game, choose a new data center, and then choose what character to play on that data center. I actually like that so much more than what we currently have. I wonder though if that will reduce the number of character slots we have.
Yeah, well, it's just like thinking about it, like how long are you going to be waiting for a queue as well? Because basically you're having to request your character to be transferred to this data center.
Yeah.
I wonder if I wonder if they're changing their infrastructure to remove like this transfer idea and instead just like, plug in all the wires into each other.
Yeah, like have your characters save data on each data center, I guess, so you can just load it up.
So it's just dropped in every single time. Or there might be like some sort of transfer process. Because like the last transfer that I did, it took me all of 10 minutes. But that was like the whole process of like going through and like paying for it and then waiting for the transfer and all that.
Yeah, was that when you transferred to Excalibur? Yeah. You guys freaked me out. Like, I just saw you, and then I saw Johnny, and then I saw Chica. It was just everyone was there. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
We're bombarding you with love and attention.
Love it.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so whatever. Yeah, no, this is all exciting. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to this though, because there's just a lot of like just new shit. I love new shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be really nice. Because when did Shadowbringers come out? Bringers.
Last year.
Okay, so not that long.
Shadowbringers release date. I have a computer. July 2nd, 2019.
Okay.
So a little more than a year ago. We're getting the next expansion. That's amazing.
Yeah.
For an MMO like this, like I think that's really good. Because I never expect expansions. Like you expect an expansion like once a year, but like that's about like the most amount of time that I don't know. Because like Yeah, you kind of do
Expansions
expect
like
an
that.
expansion once a year.
Would you? I don't know. Like, that's kind of hard to say because it's just like, especially with games like this, where like it's played online, people are gonna find glitches everywhere.
Oh, I mean, that stuff gets fixed all the time, though.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
I don't know.
I have
We'll
no
see how
idea.
it goes.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, because like WoW was like every 2 years or so, right? You know, WoW's been going on since, fuck, when did WoW come out? 2005?
I was gonna say it's been a long time.
Warcraft release date. Been a while. 2004. November 23rd, 2004 is when WoW
Holy.
released.
Wow.
Jeez. Why does that sound old now? Why does that sound old? I don't like how things from the early 2000s sound old now.
Well,
Now, keep that in mind. That is so wild because WoW released in 2004 and they're still playing in the same like engine and the same like everything
Jesus.
since 2004. When Cataclysm came out, they changed some things, but like that is insane to me. Can I get a list of the expansions, please?
Naruto is almost considered a classic.
Oh,
the manga is a
no.
classic, but the anime is
Yeah,
about
the
to be
manga.
considered a classic, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I think this is a really good comparison to make, right? Because like Final Fantasy XIV is made by one of the largest game developers in the world, Square Enix, and has been running for quite some time. World of Warcraft would arguably be like the largest MMO in the world
probably
until recently, and it's existed since 2004. Burning Crusade. These are in order, by the way. Burning Crusade came out in 2007. That's 3 years later. Video game ideas were a little bit different then, right? It takes a lot more time to develop stuff. It's a PC. You had a bunch of CDs that you had to install. Okay.
yeah.
Wrath of the Lich King came out almost 2 years later, in 2008, right? Because Crusade was January 2007. Wrath of the Lich King, November 2008. Cataclysm, December 2010, 2 years later. Mists of Pandaria, September 2012, 2 years later. Warlords of Draenor, November 2014, 2 years later. Legion, August 2016, 2 years later. Battle for Azeroth, August 2018, literally 2 years later. And then now Shadowlands, November 2020.
Okay.
Wow.
So I've always, because WoW was the one that I played, and WoW was the one that I kept up with, I always expected kind of like this 2 year release window, especially from like a large, developer. But like 2 to 3 years for an expansion always felt like, enough time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you have time to like
So,
really
like, it's
focus on your
insane.
characters, focus on different classes, enjoy the like the gaming experience in the game. Because there's a lot of things to grind for in MMOs.
Totally.
And then just to see like Final Fantasy, they're like 15 months. Yeah, sure, we'll shit out another game. Let's do it. That's insane.
That is insane.
That's
It
crazy to think about. It's like, oh yeah, we've had actually no time to make another game.
With COVID involved too.
Yeah, I was about to say with COVID, like,
Yeah.
holy.
Let's see how it goes. I'm excited.
Good on them. Yeah, good on them. I won't be playing that
I wanna read
content
more.
for probably over a year, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
there's so much to do.
I know.
Wait, the moon, the landing on the moon is believed to be heavily influenced by Final Fantasy IV.
Okay.
I haven't played Final Fantasy games, but apparently that's a thing.
Shit.
Well, I'm sure Final Fantasy fans are absolutely just overjoyed.
Going nuts.
Yeah, we're just kind of
Nail
here like,
Vera.
ooh, moon.
We didn't talk about we did talk about the Bunny Boys, but yeah, Malvera wasn't in that other list. I looked up another list. One of the other new places is old Charlayan.
Oh,
Yeah, which that's pretty cool.
that'll be interesting.
Place
I need to play
the
Final
players have
Fantasy.
heard about a lot through the storyline,
Charlayan's-
but have yet to see for themselves.
I'm really excited.
And Garlemald, fuck you people with these names. Garlemald. Okay, GARLEMARLD.
Garlemald.
Garlemald.
Garlemald, or one of those letters has to be
Garlemald.
silent. probably like Garlemald or something like that. Like, I can't.
Well, I found out in Heaven's Ward, like a lot of the words were actually French.
Oh, really?
So it's like house, fortemps.
Yeah.
Fortemps. You know, like a lot of the words there. It's kind of like when you're playing Heaven's Ward, it's like, just say half the word and you'll sound French.
You sound French.
Why are all the French words like 16, 20 letters long, but they're like one or two syllables?
Literally, like growing up with French, it's just like you just pronounce half the word and you'll sound French enough. That's all you need.
Players be able to finally visit the Garlean Empire and check out. I'm not saying it again. This location has featured heavily in this. This location has been featured heavily in the storyline, but players have not been able to visit it thus far. Okay, so this isn't on me. They forgot a word in that sentence.
Oh, what?
I had to add the word Ben. Thank you, thegamer.com/Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker expansion facts. While players have a sense of this location as a grand empire, the artwork and screenshots show Garlemald. Oh, it is Garlemald. They put an R in here. You motherfuckers can't even. They put an R. It's Garlemald, not Garlemald.
Oh my gosh.
That's Garlemald. Okay,
you need to write them an angry review.
I'm just gonna take this section of the podcast and send it to them. Like, proofread your shit.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
That'll be cool. It looks cold and yeah, it looks cold.
That's kind of what I like.
We actually. What's that?
I like that they do that though. Like in the previous expansion, they'll talk about like this city or whatever. Like that's kind of what they did in A Realm Reborn with Ishgard. Mm-hmm. Like they talked about it. We got close to visiting it, and then like we were just defending them or whatever from the dragons.
No.
And then it's like,
and then you actually go there.
And then you actually go there, and it's like, okay. I don't know if like this is a theme or whatever, but it's cool that they're doing it again.
Absolutely, they
do
definitely
that in games
they
a
definitely
lot.
think about that. Yeah,
because they're just like,
so especially
we're gonna tease something, and then you play it in like 2 games later.
Especially with the quest bridge, right? Because like the section that you're talking about, ARR is already over, right? You were doing ARR to Heaven's Ward quest bridge. That was specifically designed after Heaven's Ward finished and after ARR was finished and while Heaven's Ward was being made. Yeah. That's why it's the bridge, right? You know, so you don't drive directly off the cliff directly into Heaven's Ward. You get over it normally, unlike our segues.
The post content.
The fucking chat.
We actually did get a name at the Digital Fan Fest for the moon. The moon city or the moon place. Do you guys want me to try to say this?
Of course.
Go for it.
Please.
Mar Lamentorum. I know the second part is right, but it's Mare and then Lamentorum.
Mare?
Like lament. It might be Mare Lamentorum. Lamentorum is probably the right cadence to say.
Oh God.
I'm reading this. Okay.
You guys want me to remember this?
No, it's just I'm trying to like sound in my brain and it's just not working.
No.
Well, this place is sick too.
Send links.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me just send you guys. Yeah, so you guys can scroll through this too at the same time. This makes much more sense. Why didn't I do that from the beginning? All right, here, you guys can follow along with me now.
There we go.
This place is called Labyrinthos. Labyrinthos? It looks cool as shit.
It's
like a little industrial place. Okay. It's an artificial training ground. That's cool. It looks so neat.
I love it when my mouse just disappears.
Well, you still find it.
No. Oh, there it is. Oh, God. It was like for some reason. No. It was like I was hovering over everything. Like everything was lighting up, but there was not there. Like there was no mouse.
You don't need it. You should be able to psychic where it's at all times.
This is really cool though.
Fucking face.
Yeah.
It's me evaluating things. Oh, the elephant.
The moon place looks really cool.
The elephant race.
The Matanga, they look really neat.
Oh, the bunny race looks adorable. I thought you were talking about like huge ass people like with bunny ears. That's what I thought you were talking about.
I don't know if it's a. So they do say it's small bunny-like creatures. I thought it was a mouse when I first saw it. The Loporits, probably one of those. Adorable looking small bunny-like creatures that many players are sure to fall in love with. I can't wait for them to be evil and try to steal your kidneys.
This all looks
Then they also did say that there are going to be future Beastman tribes, but they didn't. Yoshida did hint that one of them would be native to the moon and speculated as to what it could be, inferring it has featured in past Final Fantasy titles in some semblance. It is likely that this moon-based race will be the humanoid Lunarian from Final Fantasy IV, also known as the Moonfolk, as they live on the moon. Weird. Martians live on Mars, Moonfolk live on the moon. Who knew?
Whoa.
I don't know anything about these kids, but the Magus Sisters are being added as a fight. Reoccurring summon in the Final Fantasy series, although they did feature in Final Fantasy X. They had more of an insect-like appearance then. They just look like people in clothing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe them other than they are very colorful.
They are very colorful. They look pretty cool.
This is really cool. Like I'm really looking forward to this.
It's gonna be a neat primal to see though. It's like 3 people and they're a primal.
Yeah.
Interesting to say the least. And I guess we won't bog down like all the new dungeons and stuff like that too. But there's what is this? Oh, it's an alliance raid.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna keep scrolling. The Island Sanctuary art looks really cool. If you scroll down and look at that, it is very good artwork.
Yeah.
That they used for that.
Like this place looks.
There's a little chocobo and a shark. Okay, so it looks like a place that you can just like have your minions out all the time. And now I am totally down for this.
I can have my fat cat.
This is just us freaking out about Endwalker. Like that's all this is.
Yeah, pretty much.
What else did you expect it was going to be? New piece of content was unveiled called Island Sanctuary. The artwork shows a player accompanied by minions and mounts in a farm-style area. The content is aimed at providing players with a slow life option. It will not be aimed at crafters or gatherers. Yoshida teased that players might be raising animals and cultivating the land on an uninhabited deserted island.
Ooh.
With the option of letting their minions roam the area. This content appears to be offering some kind of Harvest Moon style content. Fuck yes!
Ooh, that'll be so much fun.
I'm here for this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Actually sounds great. I love farm simulators. Oh,
I love farming. Like the Stardew Valley, I've been playing a lot of that, and I love like Harvest Moon and everything. So it's just like
same
farming. Yes,
I know.
But, so cool.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about all this. Very, very excited. All right. Skoy, what is the one thing that you're incredibly excited for in Endwalker? The one thing.
The one thing, just more like I said before, like exploring the new locations, like new things, the music. I'm really looking forward to that. More outfits and clothing to wear for the characters. Because I play like a dragon character. I don't know what they're called exactly.
Aura,
yeah.
Aura? Yeah, I play as those characters, that character, and I absolutely like adore her like style. So it's just like having different clothing and everything. Just love doing that, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to, I guess, the basic portions of the game, but
hell yeah.
Nice.
Forrest, what's the one Endwalker piece of content that you're looking forward to?
New locations. I just always adore the new locations of the world, and like Heaven's Ward, and like obviously I don't want to. I always say the names wrong. Like I always go out of my way to make sure. Well, I always make sure that I say them very wrong. So I think it's Azila, but I say Azula.
Wait, hold on. The location? Are you saying Azizla?
Azizla. No, I'm just gonna go on my way to say it wrong because I can't pronounce it anyway. So I just say Azula.
From Avatar, just fucking
yeah, I say
You're
Azula.
talking about Azizla, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For like Eorzea, I go out of my way to say Arizona. You know, like I have more fun with it if I just pronounce it wrong.
So you just want more places to butcher the names of?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
How about you, Joe?
I can't wait for them to remove belts. That was the one thing that was like, you know, what's going to keep me playing Final Fantasy for the 10 years is removing belts. No, I'm actually really excited for the bunny boys. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think all of the other like the species that we can play as are incredibly normie, other than like the Rogadin, which I also really like. But I don't know, just something about male Viera being in the game now was really exciting to me, because I actually like awesome. the Viera a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get to be boy Buno.
Yeah, I really do want to try a Viera at one point. So
you can always just go into the character creator and like customize a character and then save that. And so if you ever decide you want a Fantasia, you just pick that character slot.
That's true.
That's really cool.
That's what a lot of people that like mod with G posers will do, is like they just make a bunch of different like models so they can but they can pose with them in G poser.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't know. I've just been also considering just making a male character at one point, just to play around. Boy.
I always usually play like from like I don't know what has changed, but like recently it's been I've been choosing a lot of female characters to play as. I don't know, the gear, like I love the slick gear. There's always like this like smooth, like I guess thin gear for like females whenever it comes to video games. And I like this, minimalistic. I love the sleek look.
That's
what.
Yeah. Well,
Chainmail
I can't play.
Bikini.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I can't play male characters in Monster Hunter.
The gear is too chunky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just beefy.
I really like that. I want to be a thick dude. Be just fucking set me down and just gonna tank everything. Oh,
yeah, the definition of
boy.
No, I'm the opposite.
You want to be the lithe, elegant looking, beautiful creature. I want to look like the turd.
I don't know. I'll try out a male character at one point, but we'll see.
Yeah. The game gives you a free Fantasia. If you ever do a pre-order, I believe you get a Fantasia for every pre-order you do. Because I have 2 right now.
Oh, okay.
I have one from the game gave me an ARR, right? Like I think when you finish the ARR, story, you get one. Yeah. And then I know I have a second one, and I'm almost positive that's from my Shadowbringers pre-order.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I'm gonna get another one with the Endwalker pre-order.
You do.
If I do, that's great. I love having that option there all the time. I've never used the Fantasia before, because I mean I'm a perfect little purple pumped potato. Like, why would I change?
Okay.
I actually really like my Lalafell. Like every single time I'm like, I'm gonna change what I look like. I'm gonna Fantasia. I go, but he's so precious.
I know. Lalafells are adorable.
They are. I got the chance to see my character as a Lalafell. Not saying that I'm playing with any mods or anything. I would never, but I did get to see my character.
No mod nopers. But no,
I did get to see. Yeah.
I love that when they sit, they do a little rock.
I know.
Oh yeah. I like the fact that they don't have knees, so every time they run, it's just like do 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 do.
When they sit in the car,
have knees.
When they sit in the car, they're standing.
I know.
Oh my gosh, no, Lalafell are they're too precious for this world. No, one of my favorite characters in the game is a Lalafell, so.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
One of my favorite NPCs. I don't know if either of you have met her yet, but Kryl.
Nope.
You met Kryl yet? You will meet Kryl. I believe
that's you'll meet him and you'll like him.
She's awesome. You will like her immediately. You will like her immediately. I won't spoil anything, but you will enjoy her.
I'm excited.
Kryl is great.
I think that
Kryl's sassy.
Anything about covers everything. Unless we have more to talk about.
I could talk another 2 hours about Final Fantasy 14.
Oh my gosh. What was that?
No, but I'm good.
Yeah. Unless there's anything, Liz.
Forrest, did you have anything that you wanted to add or throw at or talk about? Maybe something that you want to put Skoy on the spot for?
Frickin' always.
You doing this? You doing this?
Oh my god, I love
It happens all the time, regardless.
It's just, I don't know, like.
Yeah.
No, it's been fun to be able to get to know you guys, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
Phil,
Well, it was fun having you here.
What?
Yeah, thank you.
What?
You play games very differently from how I play games.
Oh yeah, I do.
Like,
oh damn, those are fighting words. Holy shit.
Well, it's just like even yesterday. Well, like, so Halloween's coming up. Not to date the podcast or anything.
It's Spooky Ween.
Yes.
It's Spooky Month. And so, wait. Okay.
Wait a minute.
I was like, whoa,
don't worry about that. Don't call it that. Don't call it that.
No, someone quote that and make a remix out of it.
Have you been told that recently? Have you been told that recently? It's like, oh, that's a spooky weed.
Yeah, he was in his Halloween costume. He was dressed as a ghost.
Oh my god! He just has the shield.
All right, what were you saying? Talk about your thing. It's probably more appropriate than what I'm doing over here.
I appreciate it. Just can't get this visual up. So,
just a little bit like a napkin. Just.
I hate this. My brain,
I love this.
My brain starts a thought, and then halfway through the thought, I go, "This probably isn't podcast appropriate," but I've already started the sentence, so fuck it.
Yeah.
We have to finish.
You're on a
it.
podcast with me. You can't just stop halfway through.
Yeah, exactly. Holy shit!
Crap.
Skoy plays games differently than you.
Yeah, so yesterday we were playing Little Nightmares, and the week before we were playing Visage, and oh my god, like he just breaks shit. You know, like the first 5 minutes of playing Visage, he started playing with the lights. And kept flicking them, and then they broke, and he's like, oh no. And then yesterday when we were playing Little Nightmares, he just randomly started throwing pots and stuff, and one of them broke, and like black mist and smoke came from it. It's like, well, that's probably not good.
Definitely not good.
And he's just like, I don't know, he likes to go in, and he's like, this is how the game is meant to be. We're supposed to be scared. I'm kind of like the scaredy cat, and I'll take things slow. He just fucking runs in.
Speedy.
Take me.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like, take me. And it's like, no, please.
In a lot of games,
remove all of the suspense from it.
Yeah,
I like that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like for me, I'm just like, the way I want to get through a horror game is I hate horror games. I want to get through as fast as possible, so I'm gonna go at the shit that's gonna scare me. So if like the game is,
it's just like, especially in Visage, you would just like trap yourself in a corner. Like you would run at the thing, and then you'd be like, oh no, I should run the other way, and then you get trapped in a corner, and then it's just like, well, that's coming towards us. Okay, thank you, Phil.
You know how my brain works in video games. I don't realize I'm in danger. So like I was playing Call of Duty Zombies recently, and like I was running around, and I was looking at the zombie. He hit me, and I was like, oh, I should go.
Oh, I should leave here now.
Yeah. I was like content for a second. I was like, wait.
You've got a special brain.
I do. That's only in video games. In real life, I'm not like that. Like, if I were to get into a fight, I would just be like, I'm gonna punch you. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah.
Oh, I've processed this information. I know this.
Yeah. No, it's been great to know you guys. Get to know you guys.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like somehow, well, I've been off in the corner of like the GU community in a way. You know, just kind of chilling out there. And then, yeah, exactly. And then I raided Skoj one day when he was in a bikini.
Yeah, he was.
And
that's a screenshot right there. That's good. Oh, I'm tweeting that through the Gamers Breakfast podcast tweet. It's gonna be a Gamer Breakfast tweet, just like a picture of me in a bikini and a picture of you. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
No, it's just kind of it's cool to see. I don't know, like there's a lot of like I don't know. I kind of see it in a way of like GU is off on its own sometimes. They'll trickle into World will trickle into GU, but you can kind of see the difference in a way. Like it's still
very distinct communities.
Exactly. And it's like, I don't know, some people disagree with me on that, and that's fine. But I don't know, I just see them as separate communities sometimes.
They are. They're very different games too. They appeal to very different like demographics of people. Like World is designed for a Western audience in a way that
Like
anyone can
mainstream.
enjoy. Yeah. GU was still designed like a classic Monster Hunter game, which was definitely more targeted towards a Japanese audience that would be akin to, you know, this kind of mobile-based grind, right? Like a lot of the Monster Hunter games have always been built with the Japanese audience in mind.
Yeah, totally. So I don't know. It's just kind of, it's really cool to be able to meet so many different people, you know, in the different communities and everything. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Streaming's fun.
it is. Streaming's cool.
fun.
Streaming's fun. Networking. Meeting new people.
All of that stuff. It is. Yeah, it's cool once you start doing that and like realizing that like, oh hey, like these people want to hang out with me too, and like these people want to like play video games with me, and like I get to do things with other content creators, and it kind of helps, you know, break apart me grinding for a world record run and doing the same thing every single day of my life.
Same when I'm not speedrunning freaking Silverwind.
Wait, you speedrun a game?
I speedrun GU.
Your speed Silverwind Naryakuga. Okay, I thought you said Silverwind. I thought that was the name of a video game, and I got
no.
I got so excited. We went through this entire podcast to talk about speedrunning.
Well, no, I did speedrun. I did speedrun the low rank portion of GU.
Oh, you did.
We did the any percent for low rank. It was pretty cool. We didn't get a good time though, because it was 4 people.
Ooh.
But kind of the thing, huh?
Did you do it with Shawnee?
No, I did it with 3 other friends. They're all streamers. You might know them. Rook Rules, Babatosh, and Dino Fuzz. We kind of did it as like a send off towards what was it? Rise.
Build low rank.
Are you looking at the speed run?
I am.
Don't look at our time. It's so bad. We were so all over the place. I was
rank?
Yes. I was so here, let me take a look.
Oh, that's Generations, idiot. I'm looking at Generations. Why don't I see it?
Look at GU.
GU. Yeah, there we go. Guild low rank 4P. There we go. Oh, hey, there you are.
Yeah. We did that. We were all over the place because we kind of went in and we didn't have a strategy, so we like actually killed each other more. We killed each other more than the monsters did. Yeah. Because we would go with the strategy of placing a bomb, but if you were in the range of that bomb, you would die.
Yeah, you get hit by it every time and vanish. Because I know for a while, Shawnee and Delphi were like re-optimizing the 4-player, and so we were talking about that a bunch. But
nice.
Yeah, I don't know too much about former Monster Hunter RTA speedrunning, but that's very cool. I did not know that you did that. That's actually really cool. I'm gonna go and watch that run now.
Please don't.
5.5 hours. I'm gonna watch that run on 2 times speed.
I was so freaking tired as well because like they wanted to start at like I think 10 or 11 EST, which is morning.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say.
Jesus.
I'm 3 hours behind.
Oh.
So it's just like I was so exhausted. But yeah, no, I mainly speedrun Silverwind Nargacuga now, and my best time so far is 13:56.
Nice. Is that the Silverwind 10 deviant?
EX. So.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
It's normally
it's
a one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
It's stress, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And obviously,
at least with ILs, you have that kind of there's a difference in like the time sink, right? Because like you do a 5.5 hour long speed run and lose it, halfway through, you still finish it out. Versus a 13-minute long speed run, you lose it in like the last couple of minutes. It feels bad, but the time sink for it was a little less, at least.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't have to set up like all these different things, have these different, like obviously I still go in, I do my buffs. Yeah, friggin' whatever. I can just simply abandon the quest though. Like I don't have to have a proper time spreadsheet up and everything. Like it's not that advanced. It's just literally, I feel like doing this at the beginning of stream. I'll do a few attempts. Okay. Open up the hub. Let's do some runs.
Yeah, IL speedruns are definitely more accessible when it comes to that.
Yeah. But it's just,
she's driving me into it.
Yeah,
exactly. Are you doing ILs?
What?
Is Skoj doing ILs?
What?
Is Skoj doing IL speedrunning? You just said you're being dragged into it.
You are.
IL, individual level.
You plan to.
Oh, that's what that means. I don't know what that means.
I got him to try out Silverwind with me at one point.
2P Silverwind world record wind?
I mean, I would love to.
That'd be cool. I just need to get better at the game.
Well, you were also saying that you wanted to try out Gore Magala.
Yeah, I really do. Honestly, I love Gore, so I think it'd be great to try and speedrun it. Maybe I don't know. I've never
very popular speedrun too.
Yeah, I've never dove into that area of Monster Hunter where it's trying to actively beat a monster in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a different way to play. It will ruin your casual experience.
Oh, absolutely. I know that. I learned that from you, from Fumetto.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a right way around it too, that it doesn't completely destroy that. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely try it out. It's fun. I enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Okay, we talked about speedrunning. You got to talk about anime. I got to talk about speedrunning. We're all good here.
I was so close to ending it without speedrunning. I'm kidding. That wasn't actually. I just forgot.
How could you?
Oh man.
Let us be.
Let us free. But yeah, no. Thank you so much for coming into the podcast. It was very fun. It was awesome.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Of course.
We'll be I guess explain to the podcast right now as well is right now we're just gathering up we're interviewing different people right now, but then in the future we're going to be just having random groups of people just in the podcast, which I'm really excited for when we get to that point.
Yeah. So
we're just going to re-invite guests and just have a blast. So whenever you want to be a part of that, it'd be awesome.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you're on Spotify, everything will be linked in the description below for ForestRaider if you guys want to check her out. Yeah, we'll see you guys all next week. Much love.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good breakfast.
Have a good breakfast.